Hey guys, it's me Flash, and I'll be showcasing my new render pack with Aether. So once you've downloaded it, you'll receive this folder here. Inside are a few things. There's the PSD with the color corrections, the render styles, the lights, and our settings. And then we also have the render workspace, we have the Lightroom, we have the lib4d version of the Lightroom, and we also have this readme file with a bunch of information. I'll start off by showing you the Lightroom. Alright, once you open it up, this is what it'll look like. I'll start by importing a character. Alright, so I've gone ahead and added a render I did for Zebulon. Yeah, so you'll see a few things right when you open it. You'll see this arrow. So this tells you which way the light is pointing and which way to orientate your character. So whenever you're doing a scene, make sure that this arrow is pointing at the face of your characters. And then you'll see this sort of blue arrow-like thing up here. This is the face light. So whenever you're doing a scene and you're lighting it, always make sure to rotate this and move it so that it points at the face. And this will just make your renders look way better. Inside the user data, we have two tabs. We have Lightroom settings and render settings. So I'll go through both of them. Our first tab is softboxes, so visibility, it'll show the softboxes, hidden will hide them, and then you can disable individual ones if you'd like. Then we have these brightness sliders. All this does is change the distance, but the closer to character it is, brighter it'll be, so you can mess with those and make it darker by moving it away, or lighter, whatever you really want to do with it. Then we have the light. I'll show these. We have a few different ones: face light, cool light, warm light, top light, spotlight, backlight, and you can disable any of them. You can also change the light intensity, so how bright it is. You can do that for all of them. Then you can also change the color of the light, say if you wanted it to be a little bit warmer or cooler. Moving on, we have the materials. So these are what texture the softboxes. So you can change the brightness, the gradient, the mix strength, so that's how strong the gradient is. And you can change the color again. So if you want it to be a little warmer, you can say turn down the brightness of the cool, turn up the warm, or yeah. You can really mess around with it as you like. Then we have the render settings over here. So these, you have the ambient occlusion contrast, which is basically the shadow intensity. So if you want your shadows to be stronger, you can turn this up. And if we have global illumination gamma here, so this is basically, it's sort of brightness, so yeah, you can mess with that, or you can just leave it as is. Then we have this color correction tab. This is just if you want to make some changes in the render, so you can change your brightness, make it a little brighter. Say you want to invert it, you can do that. Yeah, but it's basically all here for you. You can also change your render settings up here. So there are 4 different presets. There's 720p, 1080, 1440, and 4K. 720 being the fastest and 4K being the slowest. I'd recommend you do all your renders on 1080p or 1440p, unless you really want high quality. Moving on, we have the lib4d file here. So if you just drag it onto Cinema 4D, you'll see a few things. So inside there's a camera, which is just a camera preset that I use. It's in a circle, has FOV. There's the Lightroom, so you can just double click to import it. It's the same as the other one. There's also your render settings, so you can put any of these in. Yeah. Alright, that's about it for Cinema 4D. Now I'll hand you off to Aether and he'll cover the Photoshop.
Hi, so once you've finished your sick as render, you're going to go into Photoshop and you're going to load up the PSD and the render workspace. So first up, I'm going to explain and go through the whole PSD of the render pack, and then I'm going to go through the workspace. So when you load it up, you're going to get this thanks for purchasing little thing that's on the front. It also says some rules there. You can't share with anyone, and don't use items in your own pack, and do not resell this pack. So it's just basic stuff we do not want you to do. Yeah, so they'll be there, so you just hide that, and you see this awesome, really bright background. And we're gonna go straight to the color corrections to start things off. So you're gonna hit the little eye tab, and you're gonna see a little example render. And I'm gonna go through all the color corrections. So we've got a lot of color corrections that I use for my banners, which are mostly kind of dark but colorful, so it like makes like colors stand out, and it's just really good. And we've also got some clean color corrections where pretty much everyone can use them for any sort of banner, whether it be like a clean looking banner or like a epic ham banner where everything's happening at once. So that's that. And we got render effects. In here we have, I think, one of the most important things you need for like a render. And it's just, it makes a big improvement, and you can get some like really cool outcomes with just these effects added to your render. So they just have like inner glows, stains, gradient overlays to them, but it does a really big impact on the render itself. So there's 5 of those, and I do really like them. They're a big part to what I do. We also got some lights that you can use for your render, so that can go around like an arrow, and it's just basic lights that will make you like crazy good and make your banners like super epic and stuff. So there are a few lights, and we also got filter gallery settings, so I'm not going to show that since it has like our settings in it, and don't want to really put that up here because it's no use if you guys see it without purchasing it. So yeah, you'll see that once you purchase it. It pretty much has our glowing edges settings and our chrome settings and all that sort of stuff. So that's the PSD pack, and we also have the render workspace. So our aim for this was to make it as clean as possible, where you can have everything done in this one PSD. So what we have is a like top bar and a sidebar, and I'm going to show you an example. So I'm going to put a render up here. So straight away when you go on, you can go and choose any color correction you want, and I'm just going to choose this one, and then you can go off and choose a render effect. So say if I choose number 4, I can paste the layer style, and I can choose a color palette because we have a color palette over here. We can choose any color. So if I hit I on the keyboard and just choose this color and zoom out and make a clipping mask and get a brush, and we can just brush around the sides and do whatever and just make it look really cool without going into any other like packs or anything. You just have it all in one pack where you can just get everything done, and it'll be really cool. And it's just like a really good pack. I'm just putting it in simple terms. It's a great pack. So that's pretty much it. That's the pack, and that's what you get once you download it, and it's really worth it. So yeah, thank you so much.